via your smart TV platforms on Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, and Roku. Channels Television, ubiquitous.
Hello, and a warm welcome to Art House. I'm Melinda Akinrami. Coming up on today's episode of the program.
It's time to discover, connect, and be inspired on Art House, where creativity knows no bounds. Dive into the heart of Nigeria by exploring its rich tapestry of arts and culture. See these stories, creative, colorful, and vibrant, on Art House. And remember, art is not just what we create, it's who we are. On Art House, life is art.
At last, security forces, we understand that the presidency says, have today freed of the 2027 election, President Bola Tinubu's retained Vice President Kashim Shettima as his running mate. Hello everyone, welcome to the program. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Wakimaloye, live for you here in Abuja studio. Some breaking news right here for you that we're bringing you, and some more details will be emerging within the hour. Breaking news and good news for the people of Oyo State and Nigeria at large, as we now understand that Oyo abductees, those who have been kidnapped and abducted from their schools or pupils and school teachers, have now been rescued by security operatives. More details right here on the program. And of course, exclusively right here on the program, we will be hearing from Governor Seyi Makinde on this breaking news and more on the details, what this means for our security operations, insecurity in Nigeria, and the efforts that we've seen today in the release of some of these people who have spent 57 days in captivity. The breaking news and details right here on the program tonight. Stick around with me, everyone. But before we get started, let me serve you with some of your political roundup stories.
The Rivers State's governor, Similar Fubara, has appealed to the Rivers State House of Assembly to grant accelerated hearing and passage to the 2026 budget. The governor made this request today as he presents a 1.85 trillion naira 2026 appropriation bill proposal to the lawmakers for their perusal and approval. Addressing the governor, the Speaker, Martin Amewele, assured of the Assembly's commitment to supporting the governor in bringing about the dividend of democracy to the people of Rivers State. Some members of civil society groups are calling on the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, to carry out a comprehensive, transparent and impartial investigation into allegations against former Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Nnaji. The group said a credible investigation is necessary to uphold the rule of law, strengthen public confidence in Nigeria's anti-corruption institutions, and ensure that no public official is above the law. The organization stressed that anyone found culpable after due process should be prosecuted in accordance with the law. while those found innocent should be cleared without delay. The Chief Magistrate's Court sitting in Yola has imposed a 3 million naira administrative fine on the governorship candidate of the African Democratic Congress in Adamawa State, Mr. Omar Suleiman Omarana, over the alleged defacement of public property through indiscriminate placement of campaign posters. The judgment was delivered by Chief Magistrate Musa A. Adamu of Magistrates Court 2, Yola, in a matter initiated by the Adamawa State Ministry of Environment and the Office of the Attorney General of the state government. In its reaction, says it will enforce the court order and cautions against defacing or violating public facilities irrespective of political party or affiliation in the state, insisting that the executive order prohibiting political parties, candidates and supporters from pasting campaign posters on government buildings, public infrastructure and other state-owned facilities is still in place and violators will not be spared. The Social Democratic Party SDP has expressed commitment to party unity, internal reforms and preparations for the 2027 general election. Addressing members of the party's National Executive Committee in Abuja, the national chairman of the party, Professor Sadiq Gombe, says SDP has made significant progress within 4 months by holding 2 NEC meetings, conducting its national convention, electing Prince Adewale Adebayo as its presidential candidate, as well as conducting primary elections and strengthening its structures across the country. He praised INEC for its cooperation, noting that the party remained committed to the rule of law. Meanwhile, the Social Democratic Party, SDP, says the Federal High Court's judgment being cited by its former national chairman Shehu Musa Gabam cannot override an earlier ruling of the Supreme Court on the party's leadership. This is contained in a statement signed by the SDP National Publicity Secretary, Aragba Rufus Ainigba, in Abuja. The statement calls on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to maintain the existing leadership structure pending the determination of appeals before the courts.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. So let us tell you that President Bola Tinubu seems to have made up his mind to retain Vice President Kashim Shettima as his running mate ahead of the 2027 presidential election race. Today, the story emerged as from the political party APC filling the form to Central INEC. President Tinubu has filled in Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima as his running mate. This will probably put to an end the controversy and the back and forth on whether or not Vice President Kashim Shettima will be retained as his running mate. Let's also bring you the breaking news and some more details that we have tonight on the program on the release of the abducted persons in Oyo State. We understand now that a joint security team comprising of the Nigerian Army and police, backed with intelligence from the Department of State Services, have today secured the rescue of all the school children and teachers kidnapped on the 15th of May 2026 by armed bandits in Oyo State. Security sources confirms that during the operation, at least 9 of the bandits were neutralized, bringing to an end the nearly 2 months in captivity of the children and their teachers. According to the sources, the joint security forces, relying on intelligence from the DSS, swooped on the abductors early morning of today. The victims, made up of school children and their teachers, the sources say, are on their way to Ibadan to meet the state governor, Seyi Makinde. The armed bandits, reportedly linked to a Boko Haram faction, abducted 39 pupils and 7 teachers during coordinated morning raids in 3 schools in the Yawota and Auro CLA communities of Urire local government area of Oyo State. The mathematics teacher sadly was in a community high school, Auro CLA, in Urire local government area. Michael Oyedokun was killed. Among those kidnapped was later beheaded by the bandit. Of course, this is the exciting moment when the abducted persons were rescued. Let me allow you to listen to what one of the abducted adults said just immediately when this story broke.
Hello, sir. Our Father, we are grateful. The President, sir, we are grateful. We understand your commitment to our safety, and we appreciate all you did for us. We could see your hand. Thank you very much. And every security operative, they tried so much, and that is why we are still alive now. We are very grateful unto you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir. God bless you, sir. We are so grateful.
Thank you.
That's a moment when the rescue was secured earlier today, and a lot of people will be very happy that these persons, these children, and some of the adults are going to be rejoining their families. But let us get to hear from the governor of Oyo State, who spoke exclusively to Channels Television, Governor Seyi Makinde, earlier on the telephone conversation with PoliticsToday on Channels Television. Take a listen to that conversation. Your Excellency, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sean.
Yes, congratulations on the release of the abducted persons in Oyo State.
Thank you so much. It's such a big relief for all of us, and for those waiting, for this past 57 days. I think is a big relief for all of us, and we'll use the opportunity to say thank you to our service commanders, the Nigerian police, the DSS, the military, and the high command, and of course the president, for pushing really hard, to have this done. I think I'm just right now overjoyed, and I can hardly say much. I will talk much later when I can put my thoughts together.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Congratulations again, and goodwill, and my congratulations to your government and the people of Oyo State. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. I'm putting the pressure on.
Sorry, sir. You said what, sir?
I said we're also grateful to the press, for sustaining the pressure on everybody until this until we got to this point.
Thank God. Thank goodness. Congratulations, sir.
All right. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, sir.
Keep well.
Yes, sir. That is the very first statement coming from the governor of Oyo State. I'm very sure that more will be said in the coming days, in the coming hours, about these rescue and what this means for our security operations. One person has always been in the forefront of fighting for the right and the interest of the military persons and those personnel in the battlefield is the Borno Senator Ali Ndume, who yesterday spoke with the president, had a meeting with the president. Shortly or before his meeting with the president, the service chiefs had a meeting. And the intelligence that we got is to the fact that much of the intelligence about this rescue came from the DSS, the military swap in, and other security and sister agencies also came in. We understand that from the information we gather, that part of the conversation, the briefing, is also to the president yesterday when the service chief met. And this has been coming in the last few hours up until the last, from yesterday up until the last few hours when they successfully rescued all persons abducted except for the beheaded teacher. And of course, we understand that more details will be unraveled as to the identity and the details of the arrested persons who are behind. It's a faction of the terrorist gang terrorizing Nigeria and the bandit groups. But I'm being joined tonight by Senator Ali Ndume, who yesterday met with President Bola Tinubu. Thanks so much, Senator, for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And of course, at some point, we'll be getting some insight into one man that has researched so deeply about armed violence and terror organization is Bulama Bukati, who is live for us virtually from London. Thanks so much, Dr. Bukati, for joining us tonight on the program. Senator,
thank you, Sean, for inviting.
Good news is it for all Nigerians. I mean, one cannot be happier that receiving this. And I'm not sure you got a hint that this was happening yesterday when you met with the president, did you?
Not actually, but I was expecting, because I relate with the military, the DSS. There are some things that they normally keep to themselves, which is understandable. But I had the feeling, because of the assurances, I've been in touch with them on this matter, especially because it affects me most. Right now, our people, our children from Musa in my senatorial district are under captivity, 42 of them. We have 37 or 30-something people from Lassa that were captured recently. We still have a leftover of over 30-something people or 50-something people in Goshe. They released some out of the 400. And we still have some people in captivity that were kidnapped on their way between Biu and Burate. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to the military to shift their attention now to my senatorial district and help us get these people back. The parents are traumatized, especially that of Musa, because there are small children amongst them. That of Lassa are students that were sitting for their NECO exams. The Burated people were travelers, and the Ngoshe people are also adults and children that are still in captivity since 3rd March. I have confidence in the Nigerian security agencies. I've said severally, and I'm still saying now, that all they need is encouragement. All they need is training, equipment, ammunition, and motivation. Now they are being motivated. You can see that not only capturing the people, but in the process, they did get those responsible for the abduction. They need to realize about 8 of them. Now the children are back safe. We thank God that besides the first instance where one of the teachers was beheaded, they've been able to capture these people, kill those about 8 of them, and still capture some. I think with that they will be able to get more information as to the operations and how to address this matter. I still want to appeal for the military and security agencies to now turn their full attention to rescuing the people in the 4 areas that I have mentioned.
Give me a moment. Let me talk to Dr. Bulama, because I've got a lot more to talk to you about. Your visit to the president, what you told him, what he told you, and it's just going to be between the 3 of you, the president, yourself, and I. When
no, you're not
don't
part
say
of
to you.
No,
I'm saying that whatever he told you, you are going to divert to me.
No.
You're going to gist me about it tonight.
No, I can't.
But it's just going to be between you and I. Nobody's going to hear that.
I have told Mr. President that I will no longer speak to you again.
Why? What did I do?
Because I have access to the president now. Why would I come and talk to you? I just honor you for the last time.
No, that's not going to happen.
Anyway, let me congratulate Bukati because he's doing a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Not because he's from my place.
That's because he's a Borno man.
No, he speaks the truth like me. And he's so committed, despite the fact that he's elsewhere.
Yeah.
And his terms of reference or responsibility is not limited to Nigeria or Borno. He's an international figure, where he works with. But his attention is at home mostly, and he has inside information and commitment, unparalleled to many people. He's so committed.
Well.
So, Bukari, congratulations.
The good man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but I was just going to sign an analysis deal with you, so that. But now you say you're not going to speak with me, so you're going to lose out from getting the analysis deal and whatever comes with it.
No, it doesn't matter.
But just, I know you're joking. You will still come here.
No, I'm not joking. I'm not looking for attention.
Senator.
You know, people think. Wait now. People think that I was looking for attention, but actually, this is just an avenue for me to express myself, hear my view, hoping that the president will listen. And he told me one time that he listens to your interview with me. Okay, now that, like yesterday, we had a one-on-one discussion on some very important issues, and you want me to come and disclose to you here?
Okay, we'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
But you will disclose even for the last time.
No, but I told you should not interrogate me. You should do interview.
Senator, let's speak to Dr. Bukati for a moment. Let's analyze what happened. Dr. Bukati. And congratulations to all Nigerians, wherever they may be. There's nothing that gladdens the heart of any well-meaning person than to see that these people are rejoining their family. About 9 people we understand were neutralized in this operation. This, they said, security operatives are saying, this is not a release. This is a rescue. Yeah. They went after them. They placed surveillance of them. They got intelligence. In fact, some of the details as to the fact that some of the terrorist families were also being taken. Security operatives use other measures, options, alternatives to make sure they put pressure on them, and they've been on them for the last 1 month, we understand, to put in pressure. And one of the stories and the intelligence we got is the fact that they couldn't just sweep in on them like that. If not, there will be casualties on our own person, and that's why it has taken this long. But from your own expert point of view, what is your initial analysis of the subject matter?
No, I mean, Sheon, permit me also to, say a few words on Senator Alindume, not because he praised me, but he has been a great advocate for the people of northeastern Nigeria, and I hope and pray he will continue to join you, even if he has audience with the president. He can still have audience with the president and continue to be a great advocate for our people. He is someone who is not afraid to say the truth, and he says it the way it is. And to be honest, without Senator Alindume, our people in northeastern Nigeria who have been suffering insecurity for a long time would have suffered even more. We thank God for you, sir, and I pray that you will continue your good work of advocating for your constituents and the whole of northeastern Nigeria. Now, Sheon, you saw me smiling from the beginning, and I am using this opportunity to smile because hardly do I come on this program when there is a very good news. And this is a fantastic news. The rescue of these students and teachers is a fantastic news. I want to take this moment to congratulate every single Nigerian for this successful operation, and in particular, congratulate the service chiefs, the National Security Advisor, and the presidency for a well-done job. They did a very good job in this operation, especially if it is rescue. And I make this point very clear, showing that I hope and pray that it is a rescue, as the presidential spokesperson says, because what we saw in the past are terrorists abducting our children in mass, taking them into bush and holding them in horrible conditions for a long time, and rescuing them after they have been paid millions of dollars, millions of euros in some cases. And what does that do? It incentivizes them to go and abduct more. And the more you pay, the more they will get the skill, the ability, the motivation, and the equipment to conduct more operations like this. And therefore, I hope and pray that this is an actual security operation. It was not a negotiation in which they were given money or anything like that. The second point I want to make, Sheon, is that we should not gloss over the suffering of these students and teachers. These are ordinary Nigerian children, men and women, girls and boys, who were abducted, and they were held in the most horrible condition any one of us can ever have the nightmare of living. And they stayed there for 56 days in the bush, no good food, no place to sleep, under the sun, in the rain, and in different weather. And many of them were being molested, and they were being threatened, and they didn't have their families around them to support them. They have gone through a lot, and therefore we should not gloss over their mental health. We need to do everything we can to support their health, not just their physical health. I know most times government will take them to hospitals to examine them, but if we do not want the trauma, the post-traumatic stress disorder to stay with these children and teachers for the rest of their lives and even get transferred to their children, what is called transgenerational trauma, we need to treat it. And therefore, I want to call on the government of the Governor Sheyi Makinde, for example, to take their mental health seriously and to provide them with the mental and psychosocial support that they will need. Now, the third point is a point that has been raised by Senator Alin Dume. While we congratulate and are very happy over the release of the Oyo children, there are 42 children from Musa in Borno State that were abducted on exact the same day that the Oyo children were abducted. These 42 Musa children, they are still in captivity. None of them has been rescued. Before them, there were the Ngoshe people who were over 150 of them abducted. And there was another incident before that. And of course, we then had another one 10 days ago where 36 students, 25 females and 11 males, writing their NECO exams, all between the ages of 15 or 16 to 19, abducted, and they are still in captivity. I want to call on the federal government, the service chiefs, the national security advisor, and everyone involved to prioritize rescuing these children, just like we saw in the case of the Oyo children. And finally, Sean, the point I would make finally is also to call on the federal government and the security and law enforcement agencies to find a sustainable way of stopping this. We cannot continue this pattern. What is the pattern? The pattern is that schools are being used as soft target, and as it is right now, education is under attack in Nigeria, and we risk producing a generation of lost children, a lost generation of children, if we do not stop this. As we speak right now, hundreds of schools are still closed in the north because schools are being attacked. So soft targets are attacked. Our forests are used as sanctuary by terrorist groups, and then they make outrageous demands, in some cases for money, for the release of their arrested members, and other demands, as we saw in the case of Oyo. How do we stop that? The only sustainable way is for us to stop these incidents before they happen, rather than going through the continuous vicious cycle of abduction, public outrage, government effort, mostly ad hoc government effort. The issue is then resolved. We congratulate the government, and then it happens again. We cannot continue that, and therefore we have to find a sustainable way to stop this. And the only way we can protect schools is to protect the whole of community, is to take the fight and to use the non-kinetic efforts against these terrorist organizations that are wreaking havoc in our country, and to stop them once and for all.
So quickly, you are the expert here, and you've done a lot of research on extremism and violent extremism, not only in Nigeria, but in sub-Saharan Africa. Give us an understanding. These are the facts as we know it today. All the kidnapped pupils and teachers have been rescued. 39 pupils and 7 teachers were said to be abducted from 3 schools. That's what we understand. Sadly, Michael Oyedokun, a mathematics teacher, was beheaded by the kidnappers. From what we understand, it was a coordinated attack in 3 different locations. But what is very interesting in all of this is the fact that we understand that intelligence agencies are being on the tail of the abductors for the last month or more. Almost, it's about 57 days they've been in captivity. DSS led the intelligence, got it to the military, joined in the operations where the joint security operation leading to these rescue happened early this morning. It was an early morning raid in the camp of these abductors where they've been holding them. We understand that they've been holding them around the Oyo National Park area. That's for a while now, where we know they've been holding them. The security forces, we understand, reportedly launched that early morning raid on the kidnappers' hideout based on actionable intelligence that they've gotten, and we understand that they are transporting them to Ibadan. First, they will meet with the governor, and every other processing and documentation will happen What else do we know? Which is part of what I need you to help us analyze. It will take you nothing less than 2.5 days if you want to travel by road from Oyo State to the northeastern Nigeria. The abductors, who we understand, are a faction of Boko Haram. Boko Haram has its domain in northeastern Nigeria, predominantly in Borno State area, in some part of Yobe and Adamawa State. How come they were able to do this coordinated attack and they are able to hold prisoners or hold the abductors for 57 days? They will need a lot of logistics. They will need a lot of intelligence. They will need a lot of human cover. What do you make of this scenario? From the northeastern Nigeria, the den and the hideout of Boko Haram sect, a faction who operated in Oyo State successfully for almost 2 months. From your intelligence and what you know about this terror group, what can you say?
Yeah, I mean, Sheon, you are right that the government says it's a faction of Boko Haram. But let's understand that this is a faction of Boko Haram that is not resident in the northeast. This particular cell of Boko Haram has always been resident in the north central. And I told you in one of our interviews how Shekau sent someone called Abubakar Saidu. Sadiq right now he is called from the northeast. He was commissioned. About 7 of them were commissioned by Shekau in 2014 to come to north central Nigeria and form a Boko Haram cell there. And after years of efforts, they succeeded in establishing a Boko Haram cell that operated initially in the Alawa Forest in Niger State. And they operated there for a long time before they then moved to the Old Kainji National Park, or the Kainji National Park, which is in partly, you can say, Nasarawa, Niger State. And it was from the Kainji National Park that they were attacking states like Kwara. They were attacking places, some parts in Nasarawa and also in Niger State. And it was the Kainji National Park has different corridors, many different routes into the old Oyo National Park. And my understanding is that it was from this Kainji National Park that they moved to the old Oyo National Park and then conducted this operation, and therefore came back into the old Oyo National Park and kept the children there. So these are not Boko Haram operatives living there about in northeastern Nigeria, traveling hundreds of kilometers to come and conduct this operation in north central Nigeria. These are resident local cell in north central Nigeria. But this tells us many different things. Number one, that Boko Haram has spread over the past 10 years or so. You know, initially when they started, it was only in northeastern Nigeria and a few places in northwest Nigeria, places like Wudil in Kano State. And then they expanded to other states like Adamawa, Gombe, and then they started launching attacks in places like Kaduna, Abuja around 2011, 2013, and they expanded to Niger, Cameroon, and Chad through the border. But then what we have seen over the last 3 to 5 years or so was their expansion into north central Nigeria and most recently into Oyo State, a spread that we had never seen before. And there are 2 major factors responsible for this. Number one, whenever you have insecurity growing in a specific geography, it is intrinsic in the nature of insecurity to spread like wildfire. And the more insecurity develops in one part of a country, the more it will spread to others. Secondly, the second factor is that Boko Haram's ideology is intrinsically expansionist. Their project is to conquer the whole of Nigeria and to impose what their perverse, their misinterpretation of Islamic law. And that is why whenever they get any opportunity, they will try and expand. The third factor is the issue I started alluding to. Wherever you see them operating, like I told you in one of our interviews shown, wherever you see them operating is either a border region or is a mismanaged park or jungle. The old Oyo National Park has been mismanaged by successive administrations for many years. So is the Kainji National Park. So is the Alawa Forest. So are the forests in Zamfara, in Kaduna, in Katsina, and other places that are being used as safe haven, as sanctuaries by these terrorist organizations. And one of our duties as a country, one of the most important responsibilities of our security and law enforcement agencies is to recapture those forests, is to enter into those forests and take them over again. Because right now, Nigeria, we are not controlling a part of our border. A part of our territory is under the control of terrorists. And the Nigerian military has been making a huge effort to flush them out of territories. But the problem is we do not have a system of holding those territories and administering them. And part of the problem is the weakness of the police, because you cannot expect the military to reclaim a particular territory and stay there. You need the police to administer, to establish law and order, and to make sure that the terrorists don't return. Yeah. But if you leave the military, they would leave that geography that has been reclaimed, and the terrorists will come back and take over. That's the problem in the northeast. That's the problem in the north central, and that is the same problem in the northwest.
The president said, finally, just in about a few seconds, Dr. Bukati, the president said, I must commend the government of Oyo State for working cooperatively with us in bringing this unfortunate incident to a successful end. President Bola Tinubu also says, my government will get justice for these children and their teachers, and for the family of Mr. Oyedokun, who the terrorists gruesomely murdered. What do you think the president means? 9 people neutralized. You understand that some of the terrorists were arrested. They arrested. How much of a victory could this be for intelligence gathering and prosecution?
It is very, very important. Arresting, capturing terrorists alive, especially leaders in these kinds of operation, is very important for intelligence gathering. But justice is very, very important. It's critical for deterrence and for sending signal to other terrorists that this government is not business as usual. And therefore, what I would ask the presidency to do is to fast-track investigating these terrorists and to prosecute them transparently, so that Nigerians will see who were responsible for the abduction of these Nigerian children, and to see how they would be punished through our court system. And if they were, if the court sentence was for them to die by hanging or by firing squad, I would expect the presidency or the Attorney General of the Federation to sign that execution warrant, and for us to start to see some of this judgment being implemented. Because right now, people are waiting on death row, and no governor, no president is signing the death warrant for them to be executed. And part of the problem is no one is seeing these people punished, and therefore people think everyone can get away with it. Forgive me, Sheun, to reiterate my call for the Borno student. The Lhasa student, 36 of them are in captivity for 10 days now. The Musa students, 42 of them have been in captivity for 56 days now. The Gosha women and the Burutai abductees, all of them are in captivity, and we are calling on the federal government to step up efforts to rescue them as well.
Dr. Bulama Bukati is an expert in violent extremism tendencies and a lawyer equally. Thank you so much indeed for your time tonight.
Thank you, Sheun. I will sit back and watch your interview.
With my very good friend.
With my older brother.
Senator Alindume, what a joy it is for Nigeria. And you heard what the president said. He said he's very happy. He's congratulated Governor Seyi Makinde. But for the government of the APC and President Bola Tinubu, this is some success and victory, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big success. But as I said, we're not yet there. We have people in 4 locations unfortunately in my senatorial district. One in my local government, Goshe. We still have 56 people in captivity. We have the Musa children that have been in captivity since, I think, in the May 15th, for 50-something days. We still have people that were kidnapped between Burutai and Biu. And and Lhasa students, of course, which is the most recent one. So we urge the federal government to intensify action in order to rescue these people. Well, and I want to emphasize here, this is the first time we hear clearly that it was a rescue. Yeah. Where the captors were taken over, 9 of them, and some of them have been arrested. That means there's an improved response from our security agencies.
And I have a feeling that maybe they now have satellite eyes, because you need to be able to monitor them before you now, if not, you are going to lose.
Yeah, so, and that brings me back to what I've been crying out. There has been a lot of improvement, and there is the need, as I said, to emphasize on team, what I call team, I have been calling training, equipment, motivation, and ammunition. And another thing that is necessary, even though they are not off-the-shelf material equipment, we need attack helicopters in almost all the geopolitical zones, and if it is possible, in every brigade. Since attack helicopters, you can just build a pad there, you don't need airport for attack helicopters to be stationed there. I'm glad that the government is doing something about it. Mr. President has ordered some attack helicopters from various locations. This takes time to build, but I hope they will emphasize and make sure we have...
Were you able to tell the president about the security situation?
Yeah.
Because what we understand is that people like that in the seat of power, they are like in a glorified golden cage, and they really don't feel what goes on. But you are a representative of the people. You go to Ngoshe, you go to the Mandarin Forest, you go to all of these places. Were you able to tell him what the average Nigerian person is feeling?
Really, we did. We had a close to 1 hour discussion. And as I said, I had, even before he became a president, I have a very personal relationship with Mr. President. And he knows me for speaking the truth. Especially between me and him, there are certain things I can't tell you, as I said, it's a closed door something. But I was not only frank, but blunt. And he appreciated it.
Yeah, but is there anything that the president said that should give Nigerians hope that he really feels their pain and maybe he's doing something?
Honestly, he told me that. And he said, look, Ali, I will do everything.
He made that promise to you?
Yeah. I will do everything to secure Nigerians. If it is something that can be done immediately, there's nothing. You say, I give them everything within, of course, the limited resources they have. One big problem that is there, and that is what I told him he has to break the ice, is to have people or to invite people intermittently. Those people that can look him in the eyes and tell him the truth.
Meaning that there are too many sycophants around?
Not sycophants at all.
You call them kakistocrats. That is what you call the people around him who are not allowing to hear the real truth.
No, that is not the meaning of kakistocrats.
What is the meaning?
People that are not supposed to be there.
Oh.
Yes. People that are not supposed to be there because they don't know what to do. The president needs to surround himself. I will emphasize on that. I always say it. Get people that are your allies to be on your team. Get people, if you can get them to be on your team, meet with them regularly. Like this, what do you call this meeting they hold about the head of states? There are some prominent Nigerians that will never look for appointment to see Mr. President. And these are people that Mr. President needs to invite them over a dinner. Simple, please come if you are not doing anything. Tell me what is going on. They will tell him. Advise me on what is going on. They will tell him. But when you surround yourself or you have people that are predominantly dependent,
But Senator, were you able to also tell him that your party is at the risk of losing the election?
Look, you always
your party is very unpopular right now. That you are at the risk. Because security is a major problem. And Nigerians will be asking your party, you break the promise that you will secure Nigerians. You have a few months to be able to defend whether or not you are doing so.
When I suspect you, or I tell you that you are anti-APC, or you are in another party, you always deny it. But why would you say that we are going to lose the election? Do you see tomorrow?
I'm saying, do you, because
do you see tomorrow?
The feelers are that your party is increasingly unpopular.
Do you see?
As a politician,
no,
you know.
I'm asking one question. Do you see tomorrow? Or do you know tomorrow?
As a child of God, God gives me the power to be able to also do that.
You're a child of God. You're a
You
child
know you are Samuel Ali Ndume. The baptismal name I gave you.
No, Samuel was my name when I was a kid, when I was with my mom. My mom was a Christian, you know. She died a Christian. I grew up as Samuel, and then I became Mohammed, a Muslim, to date. And so you can't say you're a child of God. I don't think you're a child of God. You're a child of your father.
Give me a moment, Senator. Let me sing that. I'm a child of God by my faith. But when we come back, there's so much more to talk to Senator Ali Ndume about. His very good brother, Kashim Shettima, has got a retainment to become the running mate to President Bola Tinubu, plus some of these security issues. And of course, there are a few things that he will tell me in confidence about what the president told him yesterday. He's insisting he's not going to say, but he will say. That's going to be after this break, everyone.
Excuse me, ma. This is your 100%
Babes, are you sure you want to spend this much on hair? Since your landlord just increased rent, I saved for this one separately on money points.
You say you save on money points?
Yes.
This madam money points here, the array of your dryer here, his target savings money points I used to have it. The rest of this my sub, his fees savings money points I used to do it. The salary of this my staff is save as you transact.
Jennifer, money points save as you transact. Money points fixed savings and money point target savings.
What's up? Why did I tell you don't contribute to you? Why should I? Come on, you go give your money to Hadaku to pay. You see money point accounts here. You don't go open a savings account. Now Hadaku you should. I beg everybody inside this my salon. Oh, you bring out your phone and download the money point app now. Even you. What are you waiting for? Download the money point app now. Hadaku, go open money point account.
Money point made for your progress.
Hello, Nigeria. You asked for it. Now you have it. The ongoing nationwide continuous voter registration exercise has been extended to Sunday, 26th of July, 2026.
It gets better. From Wednesday, the 8th of July, you can now start and finish your registration using your smart devices from wherever you are. Simply visit cvr.inecnigeria.org to complete the process, including your biometrics.
No more queue, no unnecessary travel, just a simple, secure, and convenient registration process.
Remember, the physical registration option is still available at all INEC states, local government offices, and designated centers.
Your power to vote just got stronger. Register now.
This message is brought to you by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Making your vote count, consolidating our democracy.
My name is Austin Azoko Kocha, but you all call me JJ. That's because I was so unstoppable, they named me twice. Those days, there were times when it was difficult for me to perform. But you know what? I never stayed down. I remained unstoppable. No one could stop me, not even malaria when mosquito bites. Now you too can be unstoppable if you use Lonart against malaria.
Now available in a new design. Same Lonart, same unstoppable dew.
For years, we believed that world class meant far away. In healthcare, precision is everything. But the distance between you and exceptional care has just disappeared. We don't just practice medicine, we are driven by high standards. At Duchess International Hospital, we've brought the world's most advanced technology and global expertise right to the heart of Lagos, where cutting-edge technology meets the warmth of Nigerian hospitality. Recover in our warm, hospitable wards and dedicated physio units designed for your comfort and recovery. For VIP patients, our exclusive royal suites offer comfort and privacy. From complex cardiac procedures to premium wellness checks. No visas, no long flights, just family by your side. Exceptional healthcare isn't only across the ocean anymore. It's here. Duchess International Hospital. World-class care here at home. Experience the new standard.
Wake up in the morning feeling brand new. Sunshine on the rhythm, I'm calling on you. No dry skin allowed in the party tonight. Just smooth vibrations, we're feeling alright. Viva, glow baby glow. Viva, let the
Resilience today is not about surviving disruption. It is about growing stronger because of it. Many organizations face fragile operations, supply shocks, exhausted teams, and slow adaptation. The leaders who succeed develop adaptive resilience, systems thinking, and rapid learning. Join TechSem at Park Inn by Radisson, Nairobi on the 19th to 23rd of July 2026. Learn from Oxford scholar Professor Nick Cheeseman, Resilience Authority John Peters, and strategy expert Professor Paul Griffin. Build organizations that bend without breaking, adapt without panic, and grow despite uncertainty. Program fee is 8.5 million naira. For more information, contact the number on your screen or send a mail to the email on your screen.
The Tinubu Ododo 2027 Continuity Support Group proudly and warmly welcomes the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Her Excellency Senator Oluremi Tinubu, to the Confluence State. Your visit to Kogi State for the flag off and inspection of the National Community Food Bank project for the North Central Zone, the commissioning of the new Kogi State Treasury House, and the flag off of Women Empowerment Scheme is yet another testament to the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the purposeful leadership of His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, the Executive Governor of Kogi State. These people-centered initiatives reaffirmed the commitment of both administrations to empowering communities and building a more prosperous Nigeria. The Tinubu Ododo 2027 Continuity Support Group once again welcomes our dear First Lady to Kogi State and wishes you a successful and memorable visit. Signed, Honorable Mukadam Asiwaju Asiru Idris, Founder, Tinubu Ododo 2027 Continuity Support Group.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. Senator Ali Ndume has been speaking with us on the program. We've been speaking largely on the rescue of the abducted persons by faction of Boko Haram in Oyo State after 57 days. Intelligence led by the DSS and with cooperation and joint operations from the military and other sister agencies were able to release them. But let me ask you, Senator, the president today, we now understand from the party's point of view, as they filled in the name of Senator Kashim Shettima as the running mate to President Bola Tinubu. Does this come to you as a surprise?
No, it doesn't. And we have been expecting that. We have been praying for that. And so you are supposed to even congratulate me.
Because this is your brother?
Yeah.
This is coming back
Not
home.
only my brother, he was my governor. And Shettima is very close to me. Himself and the current governor. These 4 or 5 people, I can say, are responsible for my stay in APC, and the chairman, the president, and his wife. 4 people. These 4 people.
If not for them, you would have left the APC.
No, I don't know, but things would have been different maybe. But as I told you, the president and his wife, the vice president, and my governor. These 4 people stood by me, and that's why you see you didn't hear Ndume's hassle, and I turned out to be unopposed. You know, it's not like people are not there that are qualified. There are some people maybe that are more qualified than myself, but I had it smooth. In fact, I didn't buy the form. I didn't do anything. I think this was one of the smoothest primaries I ever had since I joined politics, contesting 6th time. And this is the 5th time in the Senate. So I'm honestly grateful to Mr. President, his wife, the vice president. The vice president was really concerned. So if, he was concerned about mine, I was equally concerned when I started hearing rumors here and there.
There are a lot of names that have been listed. Defense Minister, the name of Yakubu Dogara, the names of several other names have come up as a replacement of Kashim Shettima. Kashim Shettima was not going to return. But now today...
But he didn't do anything. In fact, Kashim Shettima severally crossed the red line on behalf of the Senate, the president. He took the bullet several times. He's a very loyal person to Mr. President. And that is the kind of vice president you need. And so, congratulations to myself, the people of Borno State, Nigeria, and the North.
All right. Senator, sadly, we need to end the program here. Thank you so much indeed for coming.
You're welcome.
After the program, we'll talk more about your visit to the president. But thank you so much indeed.
After which program again?
After now, you and I, when we get to the waiting room.
No, I won't tell you anything.
You're still standing on that?
Yeah, I promised Mr. President, and I promised myself that since I now have the chance to speak especially about security issues, there are certain things that are confidential. Why would I come in here to talk? We talk about national issues. We have talked about it already. And I finally want to commend our security agencies for taking the fight now to the insurgents. And you can see that they have recorded several successes in the Northeast by taking out some of the commanders, taking the fight to the insurgents, making sure that anybody that stands on their way, they crush him. And I want to finally say, please, bring back our children.
Thank you so much, Senator Ali Ndume. I appreciate your time tonight.
You're welcome.
That's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Sean Wakimale. God bless Nigeria.
Today, I will be discussing Constitutional Amendment Bill under the thematic area of local government administration. For many Nigerians, government is not first felt in Abuja, but within the local community, through roads, schools, healthcare, centers, markets, and other basic public services. Yet, despite being the tier of government closest to the people, local governments have continued to face challenges relating to structure, financial autonomy, accountability, and administrative clarity. Over time,